Okay, welcome everyone to this Sunday School webinar where we go through some mind-boggling, mind-thinking, changing principles. And if you're new, you've never been here before, these are the webinars we have every Sunday, and those are for your benefit so that you can build your business easier and better and stronger. So we go through different principles and techniques, and we talk about motivational, inspirational stuff that will get you going. And if you're brand new, you're a special welcome to this webinar. And we also, of course, welcome all the old timers, as always. And I know there are great leaders on these webinars, and you have a lot of experience. And that is okay, because you can never be fully learned about life. There's always stuff gonna happen, and that's why it's so good to have principles to hold on when stuff is happening and when you need to solve some problems. And if you've been here on these webinars, you know that leadership is about solving problems, and success actually starts with solving problems, because you start with solving problems for yourself. And when you solve those problems, you can give it away. You can't give what you don't have. That's a principle. So if you're smart, you attend all trainings that you can and learn as much as you can here on Sunday School and other trainings. You can clearly see where you get the most benefit from. So let's get started here. And today's topic is your habits. Your habits. I will start talking a little bit about habits, just because this is the topic, but also so we get a clear understanding what we're talking about. Some people don't realize that we actually do everything through our habits. And we have habitual thinking. But you can test yourself. If you don't believe me, you can test yourself how steadfast those habits that you have are. So do this test. Tomorrow morning or tonight, when you undress or when you dress yourself, usually you undress in the evening and you dress yourself in the morning. But when you dress yourself, take notice next time what foot you put your sock on. Because we do everything through habits. So some of us always put the left foot on first. Same thing with shoes. Same thing with, stuff we do. Everything we do in life, we trained ourselves to do. That's our habits. And then, of course, we have good habits and we have bad habits. So we got to just go through the principle of habits, and then you can choose what habits you got to get rid of and what habits you want to keep. And if you want to train yourself to do more good habits, because you can't change. That's the purpose of being here on these webinars. That's the beauty of being alive and giving the capacity to think and giving the blessings of being alive, that we got this mind that we can change. So you remember that I talked about that we are designed for success. There's no doubt about it. And I'm not going to go through this because some of you have been on these webinars before, but just quick one here for the new ones who didn't attend the last Sunday school. Actually, you shouldn't get it because you should attend, but some, you'd miss out because something happened or you couldn't get online, whatever. So I'll go through this real quick. What do I mean when we're designed for success? Well, first of all, I think everyone on this planet wants to be successful. We want to be loved. We want to be, accepted. We want to have a little bit better than we had yesterday. We want to have a little bit more money or a lot more money, or we want to do stuff. And since the system today is money, we trade stuff for money. We trade. You trade your time for money. If you go to a job, you trade your time for money. You get paid for being there. Then if you have a business, you get more money because that's how it works. You don't trade time anymore. You have a business. But anyway, we're designed for success, and everyone wants to be successful. That's a starting point. But success is also predictable, just because success is a byproduct of following laws. So then you can see that since money comes from success, money is also a byproduct. So the end goal should not be the money. It could be for a while because, you go through stages and you go through, levels in your life. Nothing is bad, nothing is wrong, but you just go through. Anyway, since success is predictable, also failure is predictable, because if you don't follow those laws, you can take two persons, see what they do, how they think, and how they act, and I can tell you immediately if they're going to be successful or not. Those are the people with the good habits or the bad habits. Those are the people who try to take shortcuts or follow the laws. Those are the people who lie to themselves, or they're being honest to themselves. So everything in life is functioning by laws. Everything. So write that down. So its starting point is this: we're designed for success. And how do we know this? Well, you don't really know, because no one can say for certain, but since we can put stuff against each other, you can take principles and hold them against facts, and you see the principle will always win. And one guy that got this down in a book, he wrote it down. He was thinking, he was a philosopher, he was a thinker and a writer, and his name was Maslow. And what I'm telling you now, nothing is cut in stone, but this has helped me to understand, why am I right here, right now? What am I doing? What's my purpose of being here? And that's where you're going to find out your purpose. Some people never find out the purpose. Some people, they get buried with this music still in them. The graveyards is the most valuable assets there is on earth, because most people get buried with the music still in them. They never found out their purpose. They never established anything. They never went through any development. They never tried stuff. They never dared to go through against fear. They never did anything. It's a pity, but that's the truth. So that's why you're here, because you don't want to be one of those people, okay? And Maslow, he found out that the meaning of life is to develop yourself, to go through stages in life and learn stuff, and especially go against fear, because 90% of the population, maybe more, they make fear-based decisions, and they end up losing. And they blame it on someone else or something else. They don't realize that they actually have a choice. So maybe that's our purpose, is to to help people wake up and tell them there is a choice. You have actually choice out there. Okay, so back to Maslow. So if you look at this, he put it in 5 stages. My mentor, he gave me 3 stages, and which was more, it was a simplified version, but more easier to understand. But Maslow, he meant that, to climb in this pyramid here, first of all, you need to develop yourself. You need to, study and go through stuff, because problem is part of the progress. So problem is part of the progress. If you don't solve the problems in the lower stage, the physiology needs, if you don't solve the problems, you never go up to safety needs. So you got to solve the problems down below to climb up. You got to build your ladder, so to say. Okay, you get it? And same thing in all these steps. There's more problems in safety needs. There's more problems in love and belonging. There's more problems in esteem. So you can see that relationships, if you take the blue, love and belonging, everyone wants to belong somewhere. Everyone wants to have friendship and family, intimacy and connection. And, that takes courage. That takes something. And also, write this down. All relationships have rules. So if you don't follow those rules, again, success is predictable. The people who stay below, they don't follow the rules. They want to make their own rules. So it takes 2 to dance, doesn't it? So that's Maslow. The conclusion here is, to go back to the slides. Number 1, you're designed for success, okay? And you can succeed if you follow certain laws. So Maslow is telling us, when the purpose of being here is to do that. That's the purpose. Because when we grow as persons, when we develop, we get a better life, and we are more freer. We are, the top level, I would say, is a person that's totally free to choose the lifestyle he wants, free to choose wherever he wants to live, free to choose, what kind of car he's going to drive, free to choose anything, actually, and that takes discipline, because there's no growth inside the comfort zone. The people who stay in the comfort zone, they stay in the lower levels and get buried with the music still in them, because they don't dare to reach outside the comfort zone where all the good stuff is. And it takes discipline to go outside your comfort zone. It takes discipline to go against your fears. Go against your fears is when you climb. Okay, write that down. So, when you're scared of something, you got to just go through it. You're just going to fight it, and take action, because action is a fear killer. Wow, that was a good one. It just popped up. Action is a fear killer. Write that down. Okay, so back to your habits. We have habits. So if you go back to the Maslow pyramid, you can see that the person who are climbing, they develop other habits than the person who stay in the lower levels. That's easy to understand. So now you're gonna see what kind of habits you have, and you can also understand that you can change them. You don't have to live with bad habits. You can change it. So everyone has habits. Everyone will live our lives through our habits. We do habitual thinking, and we do everything with habits. Our habits is steering our life. So where do the habits come from? Does it just pop up? No. Like I said, we develop habits. We develop bad habits. So if people, there's a good expression, I like it. and I know it doesn't apply to everyone, but it's a good expression: beer drinking buddies. Okay, most people, they go for information. They see a business like the one you're in, or they want to do something with their life, and they ask for advice. They go to the beer drinking buddies, who have what kind of habits? Well, since they're drinking beer and hanging out together watching television, that's a pretty bad habit. That will take you nowhere. So, and you ask those guys for advice? Hey guys, I came across this business. What do you think? Ah, shut up. Come on, sit down and have a beer. Yeah. So you can see this was just an example to just to clarify, how life is for some people. So where do they come from? Well, we develop our habits. We develop our habits. And how do we develop our habits? Well, we actually start doing it because, since duplication is part of a process in not only in direct sales industry or network marketing, it's actually everywhere. You duplicate your parents, you duplicate your peers, you duplicate the friends you're around. That's why there's expressions called stick to the winners. If you hang around winners, you will get a winner-like mindset, because you become like the person you hang around with. And so there's more. There's a lot of different inputs, which make the end product you. So, but your core belief system is what you really think. That's where habits come from, where you choose. Your core belief system is the 95% who makes the decisions for you. You remember we talked about the subconscious and the conscious mind. And the conscious mind is, where you're in right now. You're listening, you're watching, you're smelling. And your conscious mind make those pictures, which will end up in your subconscious mind and will turn out to your belief system, your core belief system. So in the beginning, we're not co-producers of our belief system, because who are? Well, our parents or the people we grew up with. And then we start realizing when we get out in life that, wait a second, this is not what they told me. This is not how it turned out to be. Or you realize that, wow, someone lied to me. This is not it. And that's when you get your first realization of your that something is wrong. But your core belief system is what you really think. And your habits is always related to your core belief systems, because that's where you go for information. You actually ask your core belief system, should I do this or should I not do this? And if your core belief system is programmed with a lack mindset, a lack mindset means that you think you can get something for nothing, or you think there's not enough, or you believe in lack. But there's a lot of those out there, people who actually promote lack. Like oh, it's soon gonna end. It's not enough. I'm telling you, there's more than enough. There's more than enough. Always. A promise from the Creator. So the lack thinking comes from people. And they're not the Creator. They're just people who are here, just like us. So don't believe in lack thinking, and you got to get away from people who think like that, catastrophic thinking. Oh, like the climate or whatever. Maybe you believe in that. I will not go into that, but that's lack thinking. So your habit is always related to your core belief system. And that will destine what you're going to think. Okay, I will show you how it works. So we will get into it. So your habits come from your core belief system. Your habits comes from actually what you think, what you read, what you listen to, and what you do. And what you do comes from the three things before what you do. So what you think, read, and listening to is what you do. But then, of course, self-discipline is entwined in this, because it doesn't come by itself. You got to put some effort in there. But your habits is what you think, what you read, what you're listening to. So can you see, if you're going to change your habits, do you have to change your thinking? The answer is yes. If you're going to change your habits, do you have to change what you read? The answer is yes again. And the answer is yes to what you're listening to. So if you've been around for a while, listening to Sunday school, you can get the red thread. It's coming now, doesn't it? Because it all comes back to the same principles that we're talking about. It just in different ways that we look at it. So when someone needs to change their life, they need to change their habits. And when you're changing your habits, you got to be first start changing what you think and what you read and listening to. That is why we stress education. You can go for a while without education. I'm telling you, it's better to have no training than the wrong training. That's why you never should take advice from someone who can't take it to the next level. So the wrong training will get you the wrong stuff and will get you on the wrong course. So back to this. If we're going to change something, we need to start with what we think. And you knew that, but you need to get on a program of changing your mindset. So again, your success is also related to your core belief system and your habits. So your success will always be related to your core belief system and your habits. This is how it works. Before we do anything, and habits is doing, we do stuff by habits. So before we start getting a habit, which habit is something we do over and over and over again. Most of the time without thinking, because it's in our core belief system. It's in our subconscious mind. But it works like this. You have a thought, and then a problem occurs. So for most people, they start this business. Let's say they start this business, okay? And first they think, whoa, this is beautiful. I can make money. Wow, this is easy. And I just sign up here and I pay my package, And that's where it goes wrong. Because some people, they believe it's a free ride. They don't believe it's a business. That's why they don't treat it like a business, because their core belief system is wrong. It's set wrong. They have not understood that to get something, you got to do something, and to get something, you have to put something in. So some people just believe that, oh, I bought my starter package and now we're going to be a millionaire. How could that be? There's no way. If that would be the case, everyone would do that. But you can buy a starter package and you can start working the business, and you can start training yourself, and you can start recruiting, and you can start using the product. But what happens is you are all fired up, you start the business, thought. Then a problem occurs. You know what most people do when a problem occurs? Number one, because they don't realize the problem is part of the equation. problem is part of succeeding. Problem is part of success. So what most people do, they quit, or they slow down, or they wait, or they get scared, or they ran home to mom and cried when problem occurs. So if you go back to Maslow, the pyramid again, the meaning of life. So they are the people who stay in the lower levels, and they will never go outside the comfort zone because they go back to the core belief system and ask, oh, what is this? And then some wrong information in the core belief system says, yeah, you better run home to mama because that's what we warned you about. You see, this is dangerous. There's nothing dangerous in nothing. Nothing, not in business anyway. So the thought you have, then a problem occurs, bam, you get a feeling out of that problem, which is probably not good. You get a bad feeling. That bad feeling will make you take no action, or action is, stopping is also action. You stop, that's an action. It's actually no action turning into action. And then you get a result. So what I'm talking about here, when people have the wrong core belief system, they have the wrong habits. What is a habit? The habit is they stop because they've done it so many times. They just stop, or they wait, or they get scared. If someone just told them, you start the business now, this is a business. This is not a lottery. You don't buy a lottery ticket. That we do later when the products come. But to start this business is not a lottery. This is not a game. This is not something that you wait and then you got to become a millionaire just buying a starter package. No. So what happens is you can see the habits of people's habitual thinking, but also what they do. So your thinking is a habit which will create your actions. So if someone have the wrong core belief system, are you following now? They have the wrong core belief system, which means that they have the wrong habits. And they do what they always do, they quit. What's new? People are taught to quit. People are taught to believe in lack. So what we do when we have these webinars and we have trainings and when we have this system where people go through, you have a thought, a problem occur, and when a problem occurs, most people, they get, oh no, what happened now? I don't like this. But what we learn to do is, see, okay, sorry, I got the wrong slide here. So I'm gonna do like this. What we learn to do, I will show later here. That is, when you create a bad feeling, you'll go back to your habits, because the habits are the one you are, the person that you are. When you make decisions habitually. Okay, so people who create a wrong feeling and get scared, they have a habit to dwell on those circumstances that they don't want. They go like, oh, I knew it. This was not good for me. I should never have started. But what they don't know is they started something and they should finish what they started. But their habitual thinking is, I quit. I'm scared. I go home. I don't want to do this. So it's an emotional thing. The same thing as it is as a mindset thing. But your mindset creates the emotions. So they have a habit to dwell on the bad stuff. And what we train ourselves to do is to have a habit to dwell on the good stuff. That is a positive mindset, which I will come into a little bit later here. Also, what happens with people is when they get new information, cognitive dissonance kicks in. So they have this old information in their core belief system. And when you tell them, look at this, or if you do this, cognitive dissonance kicks in and says, no, that can't be. And then you go, well, this sounds complicated. How can we then? That's why you need to stay. You have to sign people up, keep them in, and move them forward, because it takes time. You can't change someone's mindset in 15 minutes. You can't change yourself in 15 minutes. That's why we have a system. That's why you need to stay put. That's why you need to have tenacity. That's why you need to have goals that can that reach further than you can see. Because everyone, all of us, we have cognitive dissonance. When I tell someone, it's like, no, that's not how it works, and they go like, whoa. So their whole being is doing like, oh, what's this? Stop. No. Because the old information, we try to convince them that what you're telling them or someone else, the new information is wrong. That's cognitive dissonance. That's what we're actually fighting against. You know, we're fighting against cognitive dissonance when we learn stuff. Because the old thinking will always go, no. Don't believe in him. Oh, he's lying. No, but that's not the case. So what happens is that we have got a gift. The gift of full control of your mind. That's the gift. So, wow, can you now see here how the Creator works? How it works with us. We're human beings on planet Earth, learning stuff, and we got the gift of full control of our mind. So I can override the cognitive dissonance. I can override my core belief system, but it takes discipline. It takes time and effort and discipline. Works like this. We have capacity for belief. We have the capacity to believe. You know, belief can move mountains. Do you agree? So the belief that you have overrides everything. If you believe, it doesn't matter what the core belief system says. If you believe, your core belief systems will follow and say, okay, because you override, you take control. That is full control of your mind. And it's self-discipline, and it's a positive mental attitude. That is what it takes to change a mindset. So there's two ways you can see here that, you know, we read and we listen. So right now you're reading and listening on this webinar because you're reading the slides at the same time as you're listening to me, which is good because you get new information. Some of you come here on these webinars and you get cognitive dissonance. No, that can't be. What is he saying? You know, my mom told me, or I heard in church, or, you know, my family. Yeah, but I don't care because I'm not listening to facts, because I live after principles. Principles will always win, always. So when you're changing something in your core belief system, you need to have self-discipline and you need a positive mental attitude. Otherwise, you will become like the people who dwell on the old stuff, on the bad stuff. So this is the slide I was going to tell you about. It was in the wrong place. Okay, but here it comes. So this is how it works. Same thing. You know, you can take any person in your team or yourself. You have a thought about something. There's a problem occurs because problems is part of the equation. You get a feeling out of that problem. You feel a little bit low, like, oh no, what's going on? I don't like this. Then you need to put a new thought in. This is how it works. So this is the self-discipline. This is the full control of your mind. This is the capacity of your mind. You make up your mind to put a new thought in. You make up your mind and said, no, this is good. I will believe. And you will get another result. You will get another action, which will create another result. So you yourself take control and override everything. I know it sounds complicated, but it is not. I will summarize later here, okay? So what I'm talking about here is applied faith. That is a mental attitude. Applied faith. Applied faith. So the people who are in the lower levels of Maslow, they didn't apply faith because they were believing what other people were telling them, that they were not enough when there is more than enough. And they were believing that what other people were telling them, there's no use, don't even try. So applied faith is where it comes in. Look at this. The applied faith is the new thought. Because faith comes from thinking. It's not free. You have to be part of it. You have to do some self-discipline. Do you believe when you read good stuff or listening to good stuff you hear on these webinars and you pick up a thread here and there, it doesn't mean that you have to get it all, but you get a sentence and you apply that faith in a new thought. Will that change something? Will that change your habits? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Okay, so I would summarize this, but if you look at this picture, you will not get it. So I will go back to this picture. Okay, let's summarize what we have here today. We talked about habits, creating new habits. We all live from our habits. Our results is what we do habitually. And if you don't believe me, try me. Like I said, look what shoe you always put on first. Look how you set yourself in this hole. When you go to bed, you do it in a certain way. When you get out of bed, you do it in a certain way. You always raise your legs in a way. You'll take your jacket on first right or the left arm. Everything is done by habits. So that's why you need to take action, because action is part of the process changing your habits. Okay, so we learn habits, we do everything by habits. We learned that since Maslow told us, and we don't have to believe that, but we can say, oh yeah, it sounds pretty, reasonable, that we're here for a reason. It's not by chance, and there's got to be a purpose. Otherwise, everything is meaningless. It's got to be a purpose. We're here for someone or something. That purpose is to be of service to someone else. That's the utterly service, the utterly purpose. I believe. Whoever that is, wherever that is, whoever they are, I don't care. That's why the community thinking doesn't work. So we learned that we don't want to stay in the lower levels of Maslow. We want to develop. We want to develop ourselves, and we want to climb in those different steps to become more and to have more, have a better life. And since the purpose is to be of service to others, we got to have something to give, because we can't give what we don't have. And that's where it comes in, because you will get more time when you develop yourself. You will get more money, and you will get more material stuff, and you will get more of everything, so you can help someone else. Do you see why you're here? And when we are helping people, we have a system where we put people in the system, and they start changing their habits. They start changing the way they think. So they come to these webinars, they come to other trainings, and they learn that, wow, I learned something new today. Yes, the people who not will have success are the people who dwell upon the problems instead of dwell on the solution. And you got to get your ego out of the way, because you have to have mentorship from someone that can tell you, this is the way you do it. And when you start getting your ego out of the way and start doing things, you will get results. And you will see that, wow, this works. Yes, it does. So applied faith is mental attitude. What you need. It's what you need to change this. And then, so I had one of those. We had a call with a group of leaders today, and I told them that. And listen now carefully what I'm saying. I'm not saying what you think I'm saying, because you hear it wrong, some of you. And I told them that it's not the product that will build your business. And people go, oh, what are you saying? We love the mixture, and we love, I'm not saying the product is bad. That's what I didn't say that. Of course not. They're the best products. But what I'm saying is, it's not the product that will build your business. It's not the company that will build the business. You will build the business. You are the one that are building the business. That's why you need personal development. But we need to use the products. We need to be promoters. We need to have enthusiasm about the products. We need to promote them. We need to tell people about them. Of course. That's two different things. But what I'm saying is, it's you. You are the most important person in your business. And if you're willing to go the extra mile, then it will happen. I'm telling you, the people who are doing the extra, they will become extraordinary. The people who are not willing to do the extra, they're just doing what they're told to do, they will get ordinary. So going the extra mile, it's always do more than you're paid for. If you do that, you will get paid more than you're doing eventually. With that, I will tell you that if you do that, the best of your life will be the rest of your life, because you're not who you think you are. You are who you think you are. I hope you had a great 30 minutes, whatever it was here. I had an awesome time. And listen, guys, go out there, change the world, be blessed, be prosperous, joyous, and free. And we talk next week.